you very much.
The correct answer is soccer.
Good morning. I hope that you are feeling rested and recharged after your fall break. I also hope that you had an opportunity to thoroughly read through your first quarter comments and reflect upon all that is written there, and that you've possibly even thought about setting some goals for yourself for second quarter and the end of the year. And above all, I hope that you've committed to meeting with your individual teachers during tutorial or free period to talk about how you can be more successful or continue to be successful in certain courses. It's a busy week, and there's a couple of things I just wanted to bring to your attention. So Thursday afternoon, just after lunch, during fourth period in room 10, we continue our series of poetry writing workshops with visiting poet Michael McLaughlin. Those were wonderfully successful last year. If you have a free period, fourth period, or if you'd like to speak with a teacher about getting out of class, please just come to room 10. It's Mr. Daniel's French room at 12:10. And we'll give you an opportunity to create some poetry that can eventually go into York's Literary Magazine. The second thing is, and this is most important for tomorrow, CWRA and PSAT administrations going on tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. So a reminder for sophomores and juniors, you need to be here at 8 o'clock. 7:30, thank you. You are taking the PSAT in the gym, and that means that if you do have a free period during first, second, or third period tomorrow, you want to be respectful of people taking the PSAT in the gym. Ninth graders need to be in the library or the day hall Mac lab at either 8:30 or at 12:15. Check the lists that have been posted. There'll be another list posted in the front office today that you can check. And for all students, we're turning off York Skyhook tomorrow to make sure that we have enough bandwidth to offer the CWRA. That means that if you want to check your stocks, or if you want to post a picture of your Greek study group to Instagram, #Agape, you need to do that on your own device without accessing York Skyhook with your cellular network or something like that. Okay? Also, TIL classes that meet in the day hall lab are not meeting tomorrow. If you're in the library to study during a free period, you need to be particularly quiet while we're testing upstairs. Thanks.
As many of you know, people who are music students here at York School are eligible to audition for honor bands, honor orchestras, or honor choirs, which are large ensembles that represent much larger geographical areas than just our little school. So they're more selective and they're more challenging to get in. Well, 5 students auditioned for the Regional Honor Choir. That's 1/3 of the state of California. They had to sing an Italian song and do a bunch of theory things and read a melody at sight. Here's the melody, here's the first note, sing it. So I'm thrilled to say that these 5 people were all accepted into the Regional Honor Choir, and they will be performing in Palo Alto, I think, in November. Devin Hubert, Jen McDonald, Maddie Jewell, Audrey Musto, and Katie Osik. And another quick honor group note, I guess especially for chamber choir, if you got my email, if you want to do CCS, I need your forms tomorrow, because the deadline was while we were on break. So come and get a form from me and bring it back to me tomorrow. Good, thank you.
I recognize that sometimes people approach tests and feel some anxiety. And sometimes that anxiety can actually get in the way of you feeling like you've done what you wanted to do on the test. Sometimes the anxiety just, jazzes you up and you do even better than you would have expected that you did. But for those of you who feel that your anxiety actually gets in the way of you being successful on a test or a quiz, I'm going to be offering some 4 or 5 sessions that we're going to get together, we're going to talk about ways, we're going to practice ways to manage that anxiety and to channel it into a constructive focus rather than that sort of just distraction and destructive overwroughtness. 8th grade vocabulary word. Those anxiety workshops are going to be starting next Tuesday. I realize that's not going to help you for tomorrow, but just keep breathing. We'll start next Tuesday at lunch. I will remind you, for anybody who wants to come, if you would just let me know so I know if we can meet in the office or if we should probably meet somewhere else. That would be really helpful. Thanks.
Okay, Fall Fair is upon us, guys. This Saturday, 11 to 3. 10 a.m. if you're a vendor, be there at that time. I hope you can all come out and enjoy it. We've got a lot of stuff this year, really good planning and enthusiasm. If you're going to buy a pumpkin, don't buy your pumpkin this week. Wait till the Fall Fair and buy your pumpkin there. It's going to be a big pumpkin patch. If you like pie by the slice, come to the Fall Fair. If you like a pie in the face, still come to the Fall Fair. There's going to be a lot of food, and people have really planned for it. So we're hoping to get a big bunch of you guys there. I need to meet with representatives from each booth today at lunch. So if the head person can't be there, make sure that you arrange for somebody else to be there, because we've got to hand out these little things, talk about setup and takedown. And Senior Soto is going to be there, and he's the czar of the cleanup, and he'll lay down some rules for you. So room 2, 11:30. Meanwhile, I just want to talk briefly about decorating the booths, which occurs this week. Sorry we've got a little late start. I know it's Tuesday, but you have plenty of time. There's a sign up on my upstairs art room door, so you just pick a day, pick a time, list the name of your group, club, class, whatever, and list a person who is absolutely 100% responsible for the cleanup, so we can track you down and ask you to go back and clean up. You got to respect the room. It's my room, and it has to be as neat as you found it when you leave. What that means is you have got to look at the clock and notice when there's 5 minutes left and start cleaning up then. So I'll have everything out for you. It's a really fun opportunity, and yes, we'll give a $25 Jamba Juice gift certificate to the best decorated booth. So there's your incentive. Have a great time, and see you at the Fall Fair.
Life for me was a fairy tale. For the first 12 years of my life, I was a princess. Not just any princess, but the kind of princess who loved everyone and who everyone else loved. A pretty princess who loved dresses and rainbows and unicorns. I didn't have a care in the world until one day all of that was ripped away. Was this how life is supposed to be? More importantly, was this growing up? I've always taken my friends for granted. I make friends easily, smiling and laughing. I lost the majority of my friends my 8th grade year. Slowly, I started drifting farther and farther away. I started hanging out with a new group of friends until I lost all my old friends, and it was all my fault. Felt like a knife in my heart. Suddenly, I was alone. Princesses aren't supposed to be alone, right? In the space of a few days, my fairy tale was torn away from me. The idea that had kept me safe for so long was gone. I even turned on my best friend of 5 years. She said to me just this year, "I don't regret what happened because it made me realize some important things about those around me. But I also regret what happened because it changed some people that can never be as important as they once were." I know she's not the only one to feel that way. She's not the only one that changed that year. Luckily, we're back to being good friends, and I don't know what I would do without her. I kept my head up, I kept living life, and I got through it. Looking back now, I'm glad my fantasy ended. It helped prepare me for high school and an extension life. You have friends, some closer than others. Even that random person you smile at in the hallway is your friend. I learned to treasure those simple moments of, "Hi, how are you?" before class. In that one moment, everything was lost, but I had just started to find myself. And in that one moment, I grew up.
Okay, so today, at lunch in the quad, we'll be counting participants.
Okay, no, after break, if you dress up, we need to see you by the pole. We want 8th graders with Sarah, freshmen with Nick, sophomores with Ben, juniors with Lexi, and seniors with me. And we're going to try and count real quickly. This is something new we're trying, so please just try and get with us fast. And we're going to count, and we're going to go to class.
Okay, tomorrow is pajama day, and there will be capture the flag at lunch on the field. And Thursday is gender bender day, and there will be a powder puff game on the field at lunch. And Friday is red and black day, so dress up. Poll, please.
Okay, so backstage, profs are meeting during health and fitness. Make sure you tell your health and fitness instructors before you come. And also, we need stuff for the musical Godspell, and one of which is.
We need 11 uses cell phones. They don't have to work. They don't have to read.
We need earthenware cups,
Don't need to have handles, preferably no handles, and also.
13 mini flashlights.
Yeah, small. Thank you.
There's an international club meeting in room 9. We're talking about fall fair, so please be there.
Fashion Club, there's a meeting in room 3 at lunch tomorrow. And don't forget your amazing newspaper project. Thank you.
There's a Q&A meeting tomorrow in room 4 at lunch, and we'll be talking about fall fair, so please be there.
There's a Cossacant meeting tomorrow in the Mac Lab at lunch. Be there if you want to be involved in the planning session.
Before fall break, boys water polo team had a game against SLV, and we won 12-2.
We have a game against RLS at 5 o'clock at RLS.
So please support us.
Tennis has a game today at Gonzalez, so get out of your class at 2:25, dress during workshops, and the bands will be leaving at 2:30. And Model UN had a conference at Monterey during fall break, and 5 of our participants were selected as outstanding delegates, so congratulations to Umar, Kevin, Philip, Jenny, and Joe.
Really quickly, so everybody in Model UN, I sent you guys an email. So it's for fall fair, your signups and stuff like that, and what you have to bring. Check it out. Also, you have to bring your $10 by tomorrow. Thank you.
One representative from each booth, me and Mr. Soto's from at lunch talk about fall fair. Okay, go to class.